Ever felt the raw rumble of American muscle vibrating through your soul? From a legendary 1969 Camaro ZL1 with only 69 ever built, to a pop culture icon soaring onto the silver screen and a Reagan-era dream plastered on bedroom walls, we're diving into the heart-pounding history of Detroit's finest. We are talking about machines so ferocious like the 2023 Demon 170 that can launch to 60 miles per hour in a mind-warping 1.66 seconds. We're not just talking about fast cars, we're talking about engineering marvels and cultural earthquakes on four wheels. What ignited this obsession, and which iconic machines truly defined an era? Hit the like and subscribe button, and let's find out. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. Talking about our first on the list, only 69 were ever built. But the legend of the 69 Camaro ZL1 is massive. This wasn't just a muscle car, it was an engineering moonshot. Under the hood, a 427 cubic inch all-aluminum V8 designed for drag racing. Factory rated at 430 horsepower, but real-world dynos pushed it closer to 550 horsepower. With quarter-mile runs under 12 seconds and speeds topping 143 miles per hour, it was a menace on the strip. What makes it even more impressive? That engine wasn't just powerful, it was reliable at high RPMs. Originally sold for $7,200, today it commands prices in the millions. Light, rare, and brutally fast, the ZL1 was Chevy's secret weapon. And the second one is a star born for the silver screen. 1977 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. The 77 Trans Am didn't just look cool, it was cool. With its shaker hood, screaming chicken decal, and black and gold livery, it was impossible to ignore. Thanks to the 1977 film Smokey and the iconic driving character Bandit, this car became pop culture gold. Underneath all that flash was a 6.6-liter V8, making around 200 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque. Not monstrous numbers, but the ride had soul. A 0 to 60 time of 9.3 seconds and a quarter mile in 16.9 seconds meant it wasn't the fastest, but the handling upgrades, suspension tweaks, and optional T-tops kept things interesting. It was a muscle car for the spotlight, and it nailed the role. Now let's ride into the Reagan era with some fuel-injected muscle. 1985 Chevrolet Camaro iRock Z. If you ask people who grew up in the 80s, this was the poster car. The iRock Z wasn't just about looks, it was about street cred. It introduced tuned port injection to the Camaro, pushing 215 horsepower and 275 pound-feet from its 305 cubic inch V8. That meant 0 to 60 in under 7 seconds and top speeds brushing 140 miles per hour. It handled like a champ too, thanks to Bilstein shocks, stiffer sway bars, and a lowered stance. The 145 mile per hour speedometer wasn't just for show. Wrapped in Goodyear Gatorbacks and sitting on 5-spoke aluminum wheels, the iRock Z was an absolute performance statement. Next, let's move to a modern beast built for the drag strip. 2023 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon 170. Well, you can say that this is a supercar in disguise. The 2023 Demon 170 is a weaponized Challenger, built for one job, and that is to annihilate the quarter mile. With a supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi 5.8 punching out 1,025 horsepower, it goes 0 to 60 in a mind-warping 1.66 seconds. The quarter mile? 8.91 seconds at 151 miles per hour. It pulls the highest G-force acceleration of 2.004 Gs, more than any other production car. And yet, it looks like your neighbor's Challenger, just a lot meaner. This isn't just fast, it's a focused ride as well. Dodge designed it for the drag strip need a period. Wide body stance, drag radials, and a stripped interior complete the build. And now, let's move to a vintage icon with serious muscle. 2015 Ford Mustang Shelby GT350R. With only 37 units built, the GT350R isn't just rare, it's surgical. Powered by a 5.2-liter V8 with a flat plane crankshaft, this beast revs to 8,250 RPM and delivers 526 horsepower. This car is built for pure driving fun. It has a regular engine with no turbochargers, power goes to the back wheels, and you can change gears yourself with a stick shift. It's a car focused purely on the driving experience, without extra frills or complications. Top speed? 172 miles per hour. What really separates it? Track-ready engineering, carbon fiber wheels, magnetic suspension, reduced weight, and downforce-focused aero. This car isn't about straight-line power, it's about cornering precision. The GT350R is a modern classic with an old-school attitude. And speaking of the old school, next up, the most menacing Cuda ever built. 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda. If muscle cars had a mafia, the Hemi Cuda would be the boss. Powered by a 426 Hemi V8 kicking out 425 horsepower and a thunderous 490 pound-feet of torque, this car was pure violence on wheels. Only 284 were built in 1970, and today they go for over $1 million. This car could go really fast, about 150 miles per hour. It had a powerful engine with 2 special carburetors, and you shifted its 4 gears yourself. With its wide and low look, it seemed like a tough guy on the road and at the drag strip. It didn't just drive fast, it looked ready to take on anything. Up next, a Mustang that earned its stripes on the racetrack. 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429. Fastback, built for one reason: NASCAR dominance. Ford stuffed a 429 cubic inch semi-Hemi V8 under the hood of the Boss 429 and let it loose. With 375 horsepower and over 450 pound-feet of torque, it was engineered for high-speed dominance. Top speed? 150 miles per hour. Every Boss 429 was hand-built and modified at Carcraft, with race-spec suspension, heavy-duty brakes, and a trunk-mounted battery for weight balance. Only 859 were made in 1969. With that scooped hood, widened fenders, and track DNA, the Boss 429 wasn't built for flair, it was built to win. And now, it's time to move to another legend with wings and records. 1969 Dodge Charger. Daytona. This is the car that broke NASCAR rules. With its massive nose cone and school desk-sized rear wing, the Daytona was all about aerodynamics. And it worked. In 1970, Buddy Baker broke 200 miles per hour at Talladega in one, powered by a 426 Hemi V8, producing 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. It was untouchable. Only 505 were ever made. Today, it's one of the most collectible muscle cars out there. Whether equipped with a 3-speed auto or 4-speed manual, it was built to dominate. The Daytona didn't just race, it changed the rulebook. And on number 9 comes the street's strongest. 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. You just can't talk about muscle cars without the Chevelle SS 454. The LS6 version made 450 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, earth-shaking power in 1970. It hit 60 miles per hour in 6 seconds flat and ran the quarter mile in 13.7 at over 100 miles per hour. Not bad for a car that could carry groceries and roast tires in the same trip. Sure, it topped out at around 134 miles per hour, but that wasn't the point. The Chevelle SS was about raw torque and street presence. With its aggressive stance, cowl induction hood, and thunderous exhaust, it didn't just compete, it dominated. And for our 10th contender, let's take it back to where it all began. 1964. Pontiac GTO, the original gangster. The 1964 Pontiac GTO wasn't the first performance car, but it was the first to package it in a way that made Middle America pay attention. Drop a 389 V8 into a mid-size coupe, give it 325 horsepower, and what do you get? A cultural revolution. With 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds and a top speed of around 114 miles per hour, it wasn't just fast. At that time, it was fun just to think about it. Hood scoops, bucket seats, and dual exhaust set the tone for every muscle car that followed. So, from the ultra-rare 1969 ZL1 to the rule-breaking 1969 Daytona, we just went through a timeline of the greatest muscle cars of all time. From the GTO that started it all to the Demon 170 rewriting the rules with 4-digit horsepower. Each one changed the game, raised the bar, or broke the speed limit of what we thought muscle could be. What's your pick on the greatest muscle car of all time? Which one do you think deserves to be in production once again, and why? Let us know in the comments. Like the video and make sure to subscribe for more videos. See you in the next one.